Welcome back to another Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the game video. Huge one today. It's extremely exciting. Let me read the title of the update here. An update on the future of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, DLC, and what's next.
What's next?
Oh, shit. The answer is nothing is next. This is it. We all saw it coming. We all tried to pretend it wasn't coming, but we all saw it
We
coming.
huffed a lot of copium.
Yes, indeed. But they have officially announced the end of content. I have a lot of thoughts, okay? Because somehow they managed to piss me off one last time. And it's impressive that they managed to do so. But let's read the whole statement, okay? Let's hear their side of the story. What went wrong? You know? Are they going to take accountability? Are they not going to try to sell us on their next game while we're still crying over this game? Let's find out, shall we? Okay. The team has news to share about what to expect in the future for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Nothing. Okay, I'm just kidding. Just a couple years ago, if you sat down and asked anyone here at Gun Interactive what would be a dream project for them, you'd hear them say the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. A pivotal film for any horror lover. Innovative, indie, and artistic, Gun brings that same spirit to making games. Being able to see the Texas Chainsaw Massacre get into the hands of players is one of the proudest accomplishments we've had as a studio. Okay. Good for you. Not a bad start.
You can already tell where it's going, though.
Yeah. We feel proud of the game we've made, and we're happy that we're at a point where we feel the Texas Chainsaw Massacre has reached its full potential. From the very beginning, we've always had a clear and concise vision for this game. We wanted to push the envelope on multiplayer asymmetrical horror, shed light on this iconic film to a newer generation, and place folks into the beautiful but macabre world of Muerto County, and we feel we have achieved that. For instance, telling the story of Maria Flores and her friends while bringing horror icons into the franchise like Kane Hodder, Barbara Crampton, Scout Taylor Compton, and Skeet Ulrich was incredibly rewarding and important to us. While creating something new, we still sought to honor the 1974 film authentically, working from Kim Henkel's character's Bible, as well as bringing back franchise favorites Bill Moseley and Ed Neal. And at this point, we feel that we have seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre fully realized. With that being said, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre will not be receiving any further future content or support. This means that there will be no more DLC, balance updates, or bug fixes after our upcoming May patch. You can still expect a few more patches in the future in order to transition towards peer-to-peer matchmaking. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre will still be playable and is not being delisted from storefronts. Our community team will continue to interact with our players as we continue to celebrate the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with all of you who love this game just as much as we do. As a creative studio, it's imperative to communicate that we've seen the vision through the natural creative end. We are a scrappy group of horror heads and artists continuously working on bringing cinematic experiences to you all. We appreciate the folks who understand the vision we are bringing to the asymmetrical multiplayer horror space because, let's face it, it may not be for everyone. But those who get it, those who have widened their gaming circles to play the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, those who have reveled in the terror, horror, and beauty of this world with their friends keep us motivated and ready to continue to do what we do best. Make your favorite horror games. We wouldn't have it any other way. What's next for Gun? Stay tuned. There it is. The end of content. And like I said, not unexpected.
No.
We've seen the issues. We know that Black Tower can't keep up. Sunset Tower. We know they can't keep up.
But
it's very clear.
But they've reached their full potential.
Honestly, this statement to me, I'm going to be very fucking blunt about this one, because to not take any accountability in this statement and to just be like, we're not sunsetting the game because we fucked up. We're not sunsetting the game because our dev team just literally, like, we don't have the money to keep putting, like, they just did no accountability. It was just,
this is the greatest of all time. We peaked. This is it.
Yeah, we made a call because there's nothing else that could possibly be put into this game to make it better.
What about all that DLC that was not included in the content pass that we didn't get?
What about all the leak shit? What about the shit that was literally in the game, like the execution pack? And that's not going to be released. The fact that they're doing no content at all, I was expecting probably one more content drop and then the announcement of Sunset. But to be like, nope. We're done. That's it. Immediately after the PlayStation Plus deal.
Even rougher.
Fuck that.
communicate. We've seen this vision through to the natural creative end. What about all the stuff you were working on?
Yeah, dude,
It's not the end.
This statement is either extremely ignorant or extremely disrespectful. Like, that is crazy.
Full potential.
Yeah, come on. It should be way, like, honestly, like this. I said it on stream, like, it's hard not to want to support Gun because they are horror heads, like they said, and they do have a good vision when it comes to game design. But this is the lack of accountability here, and sitting on whatever fucking high horse this is. It actually is like, I don't want to buy anything from them again. I just can't believe they made this statement like this.
As the publisher, obviously, you can't just throw your dev team under the bus.
No,
you take the hit.
No,
this is not taking the hit.
Yeah, you could. God, there's so many other ways to word it that, like, TCM is no longer in a financial position where we can afford to put out content. There was a lot of things we wanted to do that we didn't get a chance to do, unfortunately. Like, things like that. Not, we peaked. We can't do anymore because we did the absolute best.
Yeah.
That, honestly, I know what they're trying to do with this statement. Obviously, you need to save face a little bit. You got another game coming out. Thanks for bringing it up. Thanks for letting us know. But come on. Like, it is just a tremendous lack of accountability with a statement that kind of, although we all expected it, does come out of nowhere. And then again, after content is already leaked. Not content, I'm not talking about the mocap shit. Like, yes, that happened and that sucks, but there's shit literally in the files. And you announced a new Leatherface skin. You announced a new execution pack. You announced the fucking hair pack. And, you know, people gave them a lot of shit for Uber Jason and that being promised content. Well, that was never actually formally announced as content other than the coming soon. I understand. This shit was announced. It was announced.
There was a graphic.
Like, what a colossal failure this whole situation is, and it sucks.
The wording was not, it ain't it.
Honestly, I would have been upset, obviously, at the end of content, but I would not have been dogging on them. This statement just made it so much worse to me. I fucking hate this statement.
Like you said earlier, we're not in a financial position to continue, or there were some things that we were working on that unfortunately are going to have to be scrapped.
Yeah.
But just being like full potential, creative end.
Yeah.
It's literally not. It's actually not. There is more. You said there was more. The execution pack was in the game, bro. It was in the game.
It's also, in terms of full potential, it's so fucking far away. I say it all the time. In terms of missed opportunities, TCM is the picture perfect case of missed opportunity. Incredible game design. I still think it's the best ASIM core game design we've seen. The metagame's a disaster, and we know there's some issues with it. But, like, at its core, OG3 versus base victims, they nailed it.
Yep.
They nailed it.
100%.
But, like, man, the live service, trash. The monetization system that they put into play, trash.
Pay to win.
Yeah, pay to win, $10 a character. Only cosmetics are going to be paid for. We're not going to have unlockables. We're not going to do this. We're not going to have events. We're not going to do anything that people want to see in modern day multiplayer gaming.
2 characters a year.
2 characters a year. One to 2 maps a year, give or take. It's about every 7 months. I'm just a tremendous missed opportunity.
And this also comes off the back of DBD's anniversary stream and Killer Clowns announcing 40 plus new free cosmetics.
Yeah.
New clowns, new this, new that, new everything for their 1-year anniversary. Ilphonics got other games to help fund that content, though.
It's probably time for Gun to seriously consider getting an internal dev team so that they can stop sunsetting games for dumb reasons. Like, we gave you a break with F13. We did. We know it was the lawsuit's fault. All right. A lot of people said, fuck Gun. I'm not going to buy from them ever again. We said, no, the lawsuit is the problem. In this next game where they don't have rights issues, they'll clean it up. And they just completely blew the live service component of the game. And it is easy to point fingers at Black Tower, which, don't get me wrong. Oh my God. Like, dude.
Are they working on the game? Straight up. Where are they? Get the missing posters out.
They were not the team for this. Clearly, they couldn't handle the demand that TCM brought.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you one thing, Gunn certainly didn't want to go spend tens of thousands of dollars on mocap to scrap it. Okay? I'll tell you that much. So, yeah, Black Tower, big problem.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Okay? But shit like this, lack of communication, putting shit on PlayStation Plus, and then a month later announcing the end of content, shoving that DLC sales down our fucking throat that whole time, knowing you were going to sunset the game is 100% just disrespectful to your player base, and that sits on Gunn's shoulders. Like, that is Gunn to blame for that.
Mm-hmm.
There's just no way around it. So I was okay with the end of content announcement. I was going to be all right, but this really put me in a bad place. I woke up, I saw this, I'm like, God, what is that? But at the end of the day, it's just a game. Why you have to be mad? But it's
disappointing as hell.
Oh yeah. But at the same time, yeah, it is just a game. We don't have to be all worked up about it, I guess. Okay.
Too late.
I mean, a lot of these things, and I that's why I hate when people say that. Like, dude, it's only a game, bro. Why are you getting all upset about this? Like, well, it's a little bit more than a game. For people like us, it's a livelihood. For people that found their friends on TCM or things like F13, it's a lot more than that. People got married that met on F13,
people
right?
met, gamed, flew across the country to finally meet, got together, engaged, married, kids, because of a video game.
Right. So
Friday the 13th.
It's more than just a game.
Absolutely.
Okay? All right. But
it was, to go even further, it's an introduction to horror. How many young kids do we see talking about Leatherface and, oh yeah, Leatherface, and the cook was in the first movie too. and Hitchhiker, he was in, they're watching the movies. We're getting a whole new generation into, so again, more than a game.
I'm sure they got a massive influx of like home entertainment sales.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, it's like, so you could say, all right, it's only a game. There's no need to be all worked up about TCM being sunsetted. But what is important to me is my wallet. And my wallet says, the next time they release a game, I'm going to think twice about it. And that is a crazy thing for me to be saying, because I never would do that. But whatever they announce, depending on what dev team it is, I don't know. I hope we see a lot more clearly what their live service plan is ahead of release, because wow.
Maybe I know they definitely skewed away from a roadmap, but all the games with live service that survive have roadmaps. And they hit deadlines. Mm-hmm. They don't hire Sunset Towers.
Yeah.
Would you have said, what's next for Gunn? Stay tuned. Would you have put that at the end?
Absolutely not.
Why do that? Because you're going to see people being like, you're shutting this down to work on your next game.
Correct.
Which is not the case.
Right.
But that's what people will think.
Correct.
I would have left that shit out there.
Yeah. It's either ignorant or it's disrespectful. And I don't see anywhere else in between.
What's next for Gunn? Stay tuned. You're interested in what's next for Gunn after reading this. Stay tuned. That again, that's where
if they truly believe that TCM reaches full potential and they're like, yeah, we're just gonna move on to the next one now. Like, I do not want to purchase from them again. I know the thing is, I know they don't believe that. I know they're full of shit. There's no shot they think that. It's saving face. And I just don't. I think we all would have a lot more respect for the situation if they'd have been a little more transparent. I'm not saying shit on Black Tower. I'll do that for you. But dude, take a little bit of accountability.
Give me a couple beers, one beer, 2 beer, 3 beer. I could think of a better statement than this.
Yeah.
It just comes across wrong.
It comes across pretentious, bro.
It really does. And that is not what I was expecting to read today.
Yeah.
When I saw an update on the future, I'm like, okay, they're done. And I click on the link and started reading, and I'm like, what the hell? Is this a draft?
Is this a draft?
Seriously, I just would never guess that they would say it's reached its full potential and has reached its creative end. We've seen it through the creative end, except for all the stuff we were working on that's leaked and in the game.
Yeah. And then saying like, it's like they want us to it's like they want us to think it was a cash grab. Like saying from the very beginning, we've had a clear and concise vision for the game. So your clear and concise vision was to completely blow your live service, screw over your fans, end the game in the middle of the biggest hype you had because you're coming off PlayStation Plus. That was your fucking plan.
A year and a half.
That was your plan, to shove DLC down our fucking throat right before you pull it off this, or not pull off the store. You're not delisting it, but I'm like, come on, like seriously, that's what you want us to believe?
A year and a half.
How many fucking times have I defended them for not being cash grabs, and then they do the most cash grabby thing they possibly fucking could?
The creative end was less than 2 years for a live service game. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they should have been more transparent, because there's no way that when they launched this game, they were like, let's make it to fucking May next year and I'll be good.
Even multiverses, they were told from their higher ups, you have to shut this down. They took out all monetization in multiverses and went on stream and fucking cried and said, we are so sad, we have to get rid of this. Pulled the monetization component, left it up for 6 months. It's ending at the end of this month.
It was 3 months, wasn't it?
I thought it was February. So 4 months.
Okay.
But they pulled the monetization, not, hey, it's on sale. It's on sale. Have you heard of the sale? Have you heard of the sale? PlayStation players get it. Buy our DLC. Bye. That's our creative vision.
It is, in hindsight, it's pretty shitty, because they knew that. Don't act like
this isn't an overnight, over the weekend.
You're
kind
right.
Of decision.
This decision wasn't made last week. Okay, like they knew damn well while the game was free on PlayStation Plus with all those sales. They knew damn well they were sunsetting it in May. They knew damn well what they were doing, which makes the whole situation worse. I'm telling you, the whole thing, like they could have really done a lot better job at not fucking over their player base.
Throughout the whole month of April, leading into April, we're like, man, this could be the revival. You get all these players, get them to buy some DLC, and then you release the next map and the next characters, and now you're sitting pretty, knowing that was not the plan whatsoever, and just get as much as they could, and say, no, it's the full potential.
And then,
that's tough. That's real tough.
And on top of just all horribly this was handled. Okay, on top of all of that, the game has 0 single player component, 0. And
excuse me, museum
mode. Show some fucking respect. Yeah, there's nothing to do single player. So they are going to do everything they can to keep it online, but not with dedicated servers. You know what lack of dedicated servers means? It means lack of crossplay. The queue's already shit in this game because there's not enough family players to fill it.
Yep.
Like there are a decent amount of concurrent players. I know people look at PC numbers and like, ooh, but the game has a lot of PlayStation players right now. It's still got a good turnover on Xbox. So the concurrent players is fine. That is not why they're sunsetting. It is sunsetting because they literally cannot keep up because Black Tower stinks. We got it. But yeah, so they're going to move to peer-to-peer, which means crossplay is going to be out of the pool. And then peer-to-peer, I mean, I will say them going peer-to-peer, no excuses for shutting the servers down anytime soon. Their reason for F13 shutting down peer-to-peer was because licensors told them to. Okay, that's fine. That's not going to happen here. So for God's sake, show some respect. And keep paying for at least for the peer-to-peer servers. Like you can keep doing that. You can keep that back end up and running.
Yeah,
it can be expensive. It's a 10th, maybe even less of what they're paying for dedicated servers, especially coming off of PlayStation Plus. Anytime a game is free, which probably fucked them in the get-go, like starting on Game Pass, 4 million free players. Dedicated servers are not cheap, bro.
Right.
So yeah, they're saving a ton of money going peer-to-peer. Is Black Tower capable of making that transition? Great question. I bet it's going to be messy. It's probably not going to be a smooth transition going from dedicated servers to peer-to-peer.
It's going to take a couple patches to get it to peer-to-peer. A couple of patches? Okay.
Wait till the patch notes come out for this last patch. And it's going to be like 4 little bullet points. Like,
we fixed a spelling error. We didn't remove the tutorials that say to turn the gen and the battery on. Still didn't do that, which is why all these new players keep turning the fucking gen and battery off.
Yeah, this one hits just a lot harder to me, like in an angry way than F13 did, because you can point your finger at one group of people. All right, we're not. It's not a hierarchy here. We're not pointing up at Horror Inc. with the old white men in their fucking their suits in the office. We got one group. We know them a little bit too personally. I'm sorry you're going through things. Okay, right? You're pointing at one group of people, and that's who you're going to put the blame on, and now they're going to shove another game down your throat here. Probably this year. I bet you in December, Game Awards. It's probably going to happen. They're announcing their game. And how are we as a player base supposed to respond? Are you going to dupe us again? That's the question.
Yeah. It sucks. It really sucks. I don't think the guys at Gun are hit as hard as the F-13.
Oh,
Because
no.
F-13 was out of nowhere.
Yeah, well, it's for this time around, they can't pass the blame as easily as they could with licensors.
Well, they just didn't take any.
To take any accountability.
That's tough. It's really tough. Knowing those guys and knowing that this is the statement, I say guys in a general term, the people over at Gun, and this is the statement that they come out with, it sucks. It sucks even more.
Yeah. Well, give me a week to calm down about it. Maybe I won't be so pissed.
Give me a month.
Give me a year.
Give me forever.
Let them announce another great license. Then I'll be like, these guys.
These guys. Tell you what, never doubted them for a second.
Yeah, I'm rooting for them. I am, because they're real horror fans and they do make great game design. So you want them to do things the right way, and you want them to be the best, because we want to keep seeing these games. But damn, Donna.
Great people down there. Interesting decisions made along the way.
Yeah. I wonder how much influence Vortex has over such a statement. Like, how much do they care? How much do they care about a statement like this, proofreading everything, making sure it was worded the right way?
Maybe they were the ones to be like, no, we're positive. This is the greatest. Peaked. Can't do any better.
Well,
worded
they
that
made
way.
a lot of money. So,
yeah. I don't know. It's tough.
It's tough. But that's it.
Stay tuned.
No, stay tuned for Gun's next game. Sweet. That is the end of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre content. One last real patch coming out next week, I assume. I don't know. But who gives a fuck? Back to Dead by Daylight. Because they won't do that to you.
I'm scared. I'm kind of scared to look at the replies and Dead by Daylight Twitter, because they are having their heyday.
Hey man, as long as they aren't throwing out death threats and shit, they deserve every piece of getting dogged on they're getting right now.
This statement is it's rough. It's a rough statement. I definitely feel like it could have been worded better.
Just take some accountability. The lack of accountability, I think, is crazy.
Stuff.
But yeah, I don't ever suggest, recommend, condone attacking a developer.
No.
I'm all for venting like we're doing right here. I don't hate Wes Kellner. I don't hate Matt Chacha. I don't hate Ronnie. I don't hate any of those guys. I don't.
That Andy guy, though.
That fucking Andy guy. Yeah,
Browns fan.
Don't hate any of them. They're just people. But this at the end of the day is a colossal failure of a situation. Not just the game situation. Not just this post. I don't want to dog on Sid too much. Sid's great, but
just
Sid has the credit for writing this. So
the potential. We've been saying it from the beginning.
Yeah,
the potential,
the missed opportunity.
This was the closest, potential wise, to making a dent in Dead by Daylight.
Yeah. Of course, they fucked that up completely, but yes, it could have stood at the very least.
Game design wise, it absolutely.
Yeah. And it certainly had more than enough players to stay afoot. They literally just couldn't keep up. Like Black Tower just couldn't do it.
Yep.
It's wild. And you see, it sucks because you just look across the pond and you see Elphonic. And because they're developing their own games, publishing and developing their own games, I understand they're saving a lot of per diem. But yeah, you're seeing it, like you said, Killer Clowns, massive 1-year anniversary update on the way.
And there's significantly less players playing Killer Clowns
significantly
than TCM.
Yeah,
significantly.
Predator Hunting Grounds just got a new Predator in there. It's 5 years.
They brought it back from the dead after 4.5 years.
Yeah,
and it's still receiving content.
Yeah, it's like the difference is glaring.
Yeah,
but hey, that's it. Please leave your rants in the comments below.
Well, and I guess we need to build a new set because this was the TCM.
This was the TCM set, huh? Oh, this was the slash. I already removed Nicotero.
Oh.
So that was a coincidence. I just happened to.
Yeah, I know. But
yeah, add it to the shelf of dead ASIM games. Just kidding. There's Ilphonics over there.
Killer
There are plenty of live games over there.
just still waiting on last year, the Nightmare. Forest Hills, the last year. Still waiting on that.
Yeah.
And I will be forever.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen.
No.
Puppet Master of the game, going back. I'm back in, baby.
The fact
Although
that Puppet Master.
Well, they kind of sunsetted too, kind of.
Yeah.
I'll work on it when I can.
Yeah,
good enough.
As a solo dev. Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay, that's our thoughts. Let us know yours in the comments below. But it's going to wrap this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. And of course, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.